Hey, nation, nation, nation. Harry here, Dog Days of Summer, and I am with Scott and Janice. And we have a great topic for you today, how to save money. So topic number one today in the current environment, how to save money for your clients and deliver a great ROI for them at the same time. Money that can help them survive, thrive as we climb out of these current conditions. So we're going to talk today about rationalizing telecom expenses for your clients. And here's why. We have not talked about telecom in a while. So we think it's a good time to revisit that discussion. It's part of the IT mix. So we have a great guest to lead us through the topic, Janice, but a founder and the founder of CloudUber. So welcome, Janice.
Thank you, Harry, for having me. I appreciate being here. Yeah, so CloudUber does offer two different types of telecom assessments. The first one is a side-by-side comparison, and we don't charge for this assessment. And basically what we do is we obtain our clients' voice and data invoices, and then we evaluate it, extract that information, and then we go out to 2 or 3 other providers, and we get comparable quotes. And then what we do is we organize it into an Excel spreadsheet, and we present it to our clients with a side-by-side comparison showing them their monthly savings, their annual savings, and a percentage of savings. Now,
Yeah.
the other...
Well, I was going to say, I actually see that on the screen. So very, very nice. That is well organized. I'm tracking. Go on.
Yeah, and so the other telecom expense management that we offer our clients is one that we do charge for. And the reason we do, because it's a custom and comprehensive workbook where we itemize and categorize all the inventory and expenses. And I want to show you a couple of these samples so that you can get a visual of really what they are. But you know what,
Okay.
Harry, there are hundreds of providers, products, and services out there, and customers are crippled by choice. And so what we do, our priority really in acting and serving our clients as trusted and unbiased advisors is to really understand what their objectives and goals are so that we can procure the best product at the best price with the best contract terms.
Absolutely.
And, yep. So, you know, I believe firmly that any company can benefit from a telecom assessment. But if I was to choose the top 3 companies, the first one would be companies that had multiple locations, regardless of their vertical. And the second one would be any organizations that have been acquired or merged with other companies. And the third one is probably the most common, and that's customers that have maintained a relationship with the same provider for more than 3 years. So if you want, I can go ahead and show you examples of both of these telecom assessments.
Yep, do. And I really, while you're bringing that up, I really like that last point about if you've had a relationship for over 3 years, because I see it at my own company, SMB Nation. We just revisited a little bit different animal, but it was our mobile phone service plan. Because, you know, you get comfortable, you just pay the monthly bill, maybe the bill doesn't, you know, the service doesn't meet our needs anymore, that kind of thing. Please continue. Looking forward to the samples here.
Yep. You're absolutely right. So this particular customer has, so what we did is we looked at their voice and data, and we just itemized it, kind of organized it in a format that we could logically go out and get competitive quotes. So they were with TPX for over 3 years. They liked TPX. They were tasked to reduce operating costs, and this was just one of many areas. And they had multiple locations. So the first thing when we do telecom assessments, you know, we don't always just look at it from saving them money, right? It's risk mitigation and business continuity. Like you said, you know, they keep spending, you know, they just keep paying the bills. It's comfortable. They don't really understand the invoices. They don't really want to go to the task or the exercise of going out. So they stay with the provider. And if they're happy with them, they don't change. So the first thing right here we noticed is that all their services are coming in on Ethernet over copper. And there's a new FCC ruling last year of August that gave the, granted actually the ILECs or the phone companies permission to start decommissioning the copper infrastructure. So we knew when we went out to bid, we needed to ask for fiber. The second thing that they shared with us was that they had COX for internet. So they weren't even using their internet or integrated circuit. So what we suggested in this option, and I'm going to go over this option because this is the one they picked, is that we introduced SD-WAN, right? So that, and we suggested that they use their AT&T primary 10 meg that we were quoting them as their primary internet, using SD-WAN to connect their COX as a second or a failover. So not only was this particular assessment a better solution for them, but we also saved them over $2,800 a month, or excuse me, $1,000 a month annual savings of $12,000 and almost a 40% decrease or savings.
Now we're talking. That's real money.
Right?
Cool.
So the second telecom assessment that I want to show you is the one that we did that was more of a comprehensive workbook. So this particular client, what their goals and objectives were is they knew in the future, which was our initial conversation, that they wanted to go hosted. But they had 64 locations and they spent $55,000 a month on their voice and data. And they just didn't know what all these services were for. So the scope of work for this client was really to just give them visibility and clarity into their invoices and also determine what these lines were being used for. So we did that. And the other thing that we did, just knowing that they in the future wanted to go hosted, is we also obtained the contract expiration date so that we weren't blindsided by early termination fees. So at the end of this telecom assessment, we really discovered 118 unused POTS lines, or they were business lines through Comcast, which was an annual savings of over $35,000. And they also had old high-speed circuits that they were paying double than the going markets rate. So that was another $7,200.
Man, no, these are some numbers. You know, I've started, owned, and operated a small business, so Janice, I can relate to these numbers just on an aggregate basis, but also I'll call it an emotional basis with the economic, let's just call it changing times economically. We're going through the same thing. I alluded to, we took a second look at our mobile service plan. To be very honest, it actually best meets our needs today, so we're going to stick with it. But we did look at it. So,
well, Harry, I'm sorry,
yes.
Just wanted to underscore that point you made about the challenging times that we're in. And these are, as you mentioned, significant savings, and it's, you know, whatever, $260,000 thing on a quarter, right? That or annual savings for that. That's money that they can redeploy to keep people on staff, change out their business model. Maybe they need to, adapt to the COVID regulations, whatever it may be. Just keep the lights running. I don't know, but that's money that they don't need to spend on telecom, but they can redirect to keep and possibly grow their business right now.
Yeah,
definitely.
Well, back at you, folks. Was on a call earlier today, and the conversation, it's a common conversation. So, we didn't invent the conversation, but it's with remote work. That's a whole nother topic. But with remote work, you're seeing, I have a real example of a cruise ship call center in Fort Lauderdale, and they sent everybody home, and they're discovering with the leases coming up for a fairly large, facility, they possibly can save about $90,000 a month by just having people work from home. And the youngins want to work from home. So to be determined, that's a whole nother conversation. And telecom plays there too. Well, hey, Janice, we're out of time, so I just want to put a question out there to the nation. What do you guys think about this? If it sounds interesting, a valuable service for not only your MSP practice, but more importantly, your clients, reach out to Janice and her team over at CloudUber. Janice, what's the URL? Is it clouduber.com?
It's IO, clouduber.io.
Okay, great. We'll put it in the blog below, and she'll follow up with you. You can have a 15-minute chat, and then conspire together to target clients in your MSP portfolio. And again, I'll kind of end on this, that, if we come from maintaining the relationship on the IT side, so we need to talk partner to partner with Janice, right? We need to go to the other side, the telecom side. I mean, no offense, but it's still, they're kind of two separate communities. And I always get in trouble. Well, they overlap, but I think there's a partner-to-partner opportunity. So your partner is Janice over at clouduber.io. Thank you, Janice, for your time.
Thank you.